Today we are in our second session for our pharmaceutical marketing and entrepreneurship course. Today we will tackle the first unit, the pharmaceutical healthcare industry. Before we proceed, I would like you to ask yourself what would be the importance of the pharmaceutical healthcare industry? What is the benefit of this industry to the lives of the people? How does this industry contribute to the betterment of a community? Here are some of the information to help us answer the question on the other slide. So, the pharmaceutical healthcare industry, especially here in our country, helps us save lives and empower consumers or patients. It saves lives because of this industry. Just last 2014, this industry gave way to the discovery of 21 new medicines. Because of this industry also, there are 55 life-saving vaccines that were made available to the Filipino people up to date. Also, this vaccine saves lives through making innovation to battle non-communicable diseases, and it also enhance access to medicines through patient programs. When it comes to patient empowerment, this industry made an expansion of medicine distribution nationwide, making medicines more accessible to the patients. In return, it also improves health, and it also empowers patients by giving continuous education on how to prevent diseases or how to manage diseases. And most of all this industry were able to contribute to the betterment of the community when it comes to health by providing a wide variety of affordable medicines. Also, aside from saving lives and empowering patients, the industry were also able to contribute to the growth of the economy of our country. In the year 2014, it contributes to the economy, specifically 146 billion pesos. And as you can see, it also provides jobs, especially for pharmaceutical companies, distributors, wholesalers, and retailers. It created jobs, thousands of jobs, and employed more than 60,000 workers as of 2010. Also, it is it is driving innovation for clinical research. Actually, our country, the Philippines, is one of the country next to Singapore here in Asia that is very active in the clinical research development or the research and drug development area. So the industry at the end of the day partners to several organizations or groups in the community or the society just for one goal, and that is to improve health. So they partner with the patient groups and communities to enhance access to health services. They partner to healthcare professionals like doctors and pharmacists to continue medical education and quality patient care. They partner with the government to, for regulation, especially for the universal healthcare. And they also partner to non-government organizations for more effective healthcare service delivery. So if you're going to review your course outline or our instructional design matrix, the intended learning outcomes for the second session is that the students should be able to identify the world market performance in retail pharmacies and therapeutic categories. Also, the students are expected to recognize the trends and developments in different therapeutic categories of drugs in their market segments. And also, you are expected, or the students are also expected to explain. Take note there will be changes. They should be identified together with the mortality and morbidity. But I discarded that topic and just made it the marketing environment in the Philippine pharmaceutical market, and also change from identify and change it into explain. All right, so the topic outline for our second session for the first unit, that will be the pharmaceutical healthcare industry. So just review. We'll start with the world market performance in retail pharmacies and therapeutic categories, followed by top-selling pharmaceutical brands and their companies, top corporations in the Philippine pharmaceutical market. Take note, there will be some topics that will not be available here or will not be included, especially the reasons of mortality and morbidity of the business. So we skip that one and we, what you call this one? We proceed to the general concept and scope of marketing, the distinction between marketing and selling. So, and also we'll end this session with a glimpse of the marketing environment. So, before we proceed, do you have any other questions? Now, let's start with the world market performance in retail pharmacies and therapeutic categories. So, here, here's what you can see is the year 2006, 2011, 2016. There are at least 5 years interval for the three graphs. This is geography or graphs of places who have been spending money for a health service. As we can see, it is the United States of America who tops all of the countries in the or all the geographies in the world as the top country spending on healthcare services, followed by, let me see, number 19, the European region, followed by the farm merging. Farm merging is composed of China and other tier 1, tier 2 farm merging other countries categories. They're tier 1 and tier 2. And followed by Japan. And also here, as you can see, especially on this one, on this part from year 2012 to 2016, the revenue or the growth cost uh, per $1 billion is increasing every year. So this there is a trend of growth in terms of business when it comes to the pharmaceutical industry. So as you can see, these are the developed. There's an increase also, but the increase is not that um, not the same to that the increase of the farm merging. The developed are those Japan, USA, Europe, South Korea. For the farm merging, these are China and other tier 1, tier 2 farm merging countries, and the rest of the world, which we are included here in green. So here in the year 2016, most of the consumers or patients spent most of, or may pinakadako na halin sa Rambal are those categorized in anti-cancer drugs, followed by anti-diabetics, asthma, lipid, neostatins, HIV, antivirals, vaccines, so on and so forth. So people are really willing to pay money for just to be healed or just to heal cancer. And you can see this one in basically the graph. Also, it can note antibiotics. People are also spending money for contraceptives. Now let's proceed to the top selling pharmaceutical brands and their companies. So this is the international data as of 2016. According to this data, um, It is the Pfizer that has the best reputation out there, followed by Novartis and Merck, J&J, AbbVie, Amgen. So I'd like you to, at least familiarize the logos of the companies, and also famous products. Like for example, for Pfizer, um, like Lipitor, your atorvastatin. For your J&J, you have your Sinutab, your phenylephrine, chlorpheniramine, and paracetamol, etc. etc. Your GSK, for sure you have a lot of ideas. What are the products under GSK? So please take note. Oh, we have it here. Oh, Lyrica. Lyrica, familiar with Lyrica. We also have your Janomet, your anti-diabetic. Januvia, that's for Merck and Co. Right? Also have here Plavix for Sanofi. Their clopidogrel. Lantus, it's anti-diabetic also. Now, let's proceed to your top corporations in the Philippine pharmaceutical. This is from the IMS also report last 2009, so maybe if you can find a better or your more recent source, that will be appreciated. But as of 2009, that will be like 8 years ago. It's Unilab, but I think until now, still Unilab is dominating the Philippine pharmaceutical market. The local company dominates by Faldo Pascual, Natrapharm, GX, Intermed, so on and so forth. Paramedic, Euromed, diba? So again, just familiarize their logos and also their products for every companies. If you're going to ask um, manufacturer, trader, importer, distributor. So for your manufacturer, for sure these are the companies that manufacture the product. Trader, of course, from the root word trade, they're able to, manufacture the product and trade it to the other companies, etc. etc. Now, for the importer, these are those companies that imports especially raw materials from other countries, in order for them to produce or manufacture the said product. Distributor, we'll discuss more on distributor once we are once you progress to this course. So do you have any other questions? So for the top market drivers in the pharmaceutical industry, we have the pace, cost, and risk of innovation. This pace, cost, and risk of innovation increased pressure to bring products and services to the market, and has led to push toward patient-centric and personalized care models. Also, the impact of globalization, because also companies and also the industry needs to adapt to the globalization. Also, one of the factors are the changing definitions of value and price. This would be a case-to-case basis, depends on the growth of the economy. We also have shifting health policy, legislation, reforms, and regulations. This much probably been uh, regulated or formulated by local or national governments. So one of the factors also that define the pharmaceutical industry are also these regulations, reforms, or laws by your local governments. It also one of the factors also are the reshaping values of propositions across the healthcare systems. We all know that the healthcare society is evolving and growing in order to improve. Especially one example for that is the battle against the antimicrobial resistance. In order to do that, the healthcare environment or the healthcare society puts so much effort on developing new drugs or new antibacterial drugs, etc. etc. Another factors or the last factor that contributes is the rise in consumer accountability and empowerment. So These factors, I think, one is one of the most important in the side of the consumers because these factors, you know, enables the industry to make the what you call this one, um, the products or the medicines more accessible and more affordable to the society. So for the general concepts and scope of marketing, let's start by defining the elements under pharmaceutical marketing and entrepreneurship. Let's start with marketing. Marketing is a management process. Take note of the word, it is a process through which goods and services move from concept to the customer. It includes the coordination of the four P's. So these are the four P's of marketing. You have the product, the price, the place, and the promotions. Also, marketing is based on the thinking the business in terms of the customer's needs and satisfaction. Marketing view the entire business process as consisting of an integrated effort to discover, create, arouse, and satisfying customers' needs. The second term is pharmaceutical. This is the medical scientific discipline concerned with discovery, development, innovation, registration, monitoring, and medical aspects of marketing of medicines for the benefit of the patients and health community. Entrepreneurship. This is the willingness to take risks and develop, organize, and manage a business venture in a competitive global marketplace that is constantly evolving. Entrepreneurs are pioneers, innovators, leaders, and inventors. But these two can, with each other. How do you define or how do you differentiate innovators from inventors? Now, for marketing, it focuses on product modification, product improvement. This will be discussed on our product mix discussion. In selling, it less focus on product modification. For marketing, it's mind share of customers' mind. And selling, it does not do that. Marketing, there were more emphasis on advancement of new products to satisfy, they really satisfy increasing customer demands, while here it's emphasized on staying with existing technology and reducing costs to improve profits. So for the pharmaceutical marketing environment, we have here the center of the marketing process is all about the consumers. So we need to, you know, at least marketing is what we define as a table as we differentiate marketing and selling. It's a long-term goal in this long-term process. All we have to do, or we need to keep in mind that we need to satisfy our customers. If we can satisfy them, we can retain them. If we can retain them, we can, increase customer equity. And by that, if we can retain our customers, we are building relationship with them. And by this, if we can build relationship with them, they can help us acquire more customers acquired, more chances for us to satisfy these customers and then retain them and so on and so forth. Here, the core concepts of marketing. Of course, we need to, have a product. That is why in our four piece of marketing, the product, price, promotion, and place, the product or the product mix is the most important mix in marketing. The product comes with a value, a cost, or significant satisfaction. It needs to be exchanged to the consumers for specific or respective value, cost, and satisfaction in the place called market. So this is where the exchange of products and cost takes place in the market. And in the market, the aside from the customers and consumers, it plays a role here in the market are your marketing and your marketers, in which your marketers focuses on you know, giving the needs, the wants, and the demand of your product. How? How can your marketers give the needs, the wants, and the demands of your product? It is through giving them the product.